teams who have already 4-0'd today now foray into the grand finals, a place where Liquid are no strangers, but Karmine Corp, Stumpy, they're never not a part of this stage.
They have tied that record. This is their 5th appearance in a row, an unbelievable stat for a team that are determined to not only break records, but set the world on fire in their path. But will Liquid be able to douse those flames? Vatira, he certainly hopes not, because they, alongside Karmine Corp, had an issue yesterday dealing with German amigos, and they have clearly come out a different side today.
The best teams learn every single series they have, whether they win it or lose it, they find ways to adapt and come forward. And Karmine Corp are proving they have that adaptability. Already Vatira's got an early chance, not quite able to sink it. But this is the team that are coming off the back more recently than Liquid of that 4-0. Will that momentum make a big difference?
I feel like they've just both got the same momentum. Coming into this game, there's the arguments for who's hot, who's a little bit cooler. But I think when you're in the grand final, all of your adrenaline comes straight back into your body. You start to feel it in your veins. And Liquid are currently 17-3 in games this entire event. That is a bonkers statistic. The fact they've only dropped 3 games, they've not lost a series, blows my mind. And that kind of consistency and that persistence to reach that top flight of European RLCS is going to be giving them a huge shot here against KC. And bear in mind they're head-to-head too. They've played each other 3 times recently, and so far, Liquid are the benefactors of that. They have gone 2-1 versus them, and also winning the most recent matchup in EU Fall 3, 4-2 in favor of Liquid.
Well, so far, I'd say it's Karmine Corp that had the better start, and Itachi, he finishes that first sentence with a flourish.
Good pass up as well from Vatira. Flicks it back down, and a 3-man passing play falling finally to Itachi. Bottom left corner, Oski was there, just not able to get enough mustard on that to pinch it out. A minute 20, and KC are up by 1.
And this is what they've been doing throughout the entire season, Karmine Corp. I mean, you mentioned they had a few struggles yesterday against German amigos, but that's probably the most we've seen them struggle online for quite some time. So barring that waiver, their consistency is what sets them apart.
And for sure, they're also, congratulations to them, they've made the major. They've clinched a spot already. They've not even won this grand finals, but their performance has been so phenomenal that they are able to, reach them so frequently. It's just trying to transition that online performance into that LAN performance, because we've seen how devastated this team becomes when they don't reach those highs.
As for Team Liquid, they currently find themselves 1 goal behind, trying to get back into this first game. It's going to be difficult when ExoTiiK is sweeping them all away, and Vatira has control of the ball. A flick reset for him, an early warning. Another one for Liquid. They're finding the way through the goal. Karmine Corp, it's 2-0, and it's simple.
2-0, not yet half-time, and this time Itachi setting up ExoTiiK, turning it back round. Atto unable to get his nose to it, incredibly close, devastatingly so. But ExoTiiK able to just be slightly taller in his high-up Fennec. KC looking like the stronger team, and that offense throughout this event has definitely been their star point.
Yeah, they are top for goals scored, and the sort of goals they're scoring as well is something that you can never take away from them. The defending as well isn't too bad either, and so far they're making Liquid look a little bit blunt. We haven't had too many opportunities for Team Liquid to really venture forward and apply their own squeeze against the Karmine Corp defense. This could be a chance though. Atto over the top. Vatira almost misses, and that's about as close as you can ever say about Vatira.
Yeah, decent chance there for Liquid, but again at pass central, lots of passing plays coming into KC. Certainly seems to be the flavour of the day. Chronic up for that double, down, but just too much of an angle. Doesn't end up being too devastating on that burst then, so Oski comes in for the pass from Atto. Chance for Chronic to take it slow. Oski declines to touch that ball, instead relinquishes control back over towards ExoTiiK. Atto pinching central. Vatira half flipping to maintain that control, and now Liquid chance to push.
Karmine Corp, who will probably still be reeling to an extent from the disappointment that was the Rotterdam Major. They would have felt it was theirs with their crowd there on EU soil, and they are just sweeping everyone away in their path back in Europe to make it to San Diego and ensure that the same mistakes will not happen. You mentioned the emotions they have, Stumpy. Of a player like Vatira, he feels every win more than anybody else, but also feels every loss so much.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's going to hate the fact that he, of course, was so successful with Moist, but he's not been able to transfer that over for Karmine Corp. With Sport the blue wall, they will certainly be wanting that to occur. Vatira in the midfield, passing it down towards a Chronic, who ends up trying to go for a little touch off that side wall. Justin S from a couple of, I don't know, a couple of lands ago now at this point, but definitely reminded me of it.
They go quick nowadays.
They really do. Oski, though, continuing down that right wall past Central. 2 players having to commit from Karmine Corp there, and Oski is the last man back.
You can see the importance of Itachi as well. 2 of the Karmine Corp players were just drawn in to the Liquid mechanics, but Itachi is never going to fall for it. He's happy to be that safe pair of hands in the center of the pitch. Look at him underneath this one, allowing his more mechanical teammate, ExoTiiK, just to get a big clearance. Itachi's in the sky, waiting for a Chronic, trying to bait him out. So he's trying to cause some damage to the Karmine Corp defense. Maybe already Liquid thinking they're going to have to just tweak things a little bit, because up to now, KC looked fairly impenetrable.
ExoTiiK catching in the midfield. He goes high above Oski, and now a chance for the third.
So
the
simple.
flick continuing again. This power duo. Karmine Corp is not all about Vatira. ExoTiiK and Itachi linking up together allow magic to happen.
3-0. 3-0 in game number 1 of another grand final for Karmine Corp. And my goodness, do they make it look simple. You feel that they're still playing within themselves. This is the Team Liquid that have not conceded a game in the quarterfinals. That didn't concede a game earlier on in the semi-finals. The Quadrant who knocked out Vitality. And now you look at them, and Karmine Corp are making them look decidedly average. This is a supreme performance already. It's only game 1 of the best of 7, but you're up against a huge mountain in KC.
I mean, Liquid, as you say, they haven't lost a game since groups on Friday. It has been a couple of nights sleep since then, and that is the first one they are going to be falling to. Karmine Corp, their shadow extends over the realm of Europe. Liquid have got a lot of work to do to try and climb up that mountain, but it is by no means an unclimbable feat.